Hey guys, Anthony here. I want to do an update today. I was looking for a small one-person tent for shelter to add to my go bag that I just did a little scenario video on using this Rush 24 go bag that I put together. And I want to somehow attach a small shelter to maybe the front here, or maybe even the top. Instead of using, just relying on a tarp system, something more enclosed. Down here in South Florida, there's a lot of bugs and snakes and things of that nature, and I'd like to be totally enclosed if I did need to put up a Bivy shelter. So I found this in Bass Pro Shop. It's a Bass Pro Shop hiker, biker, one-person tent. Here are the stats on it. It's one-person capacity, 6 feet 11 inches. It's 4 feet wide, 2 feet 11 inches high. It's 2 pounds 14 ounces. It's got some shock-corded poles, and it's made of 190T polyester taffeta. Okay, I had it set up the other night. What I'm going to do today is we're going to roll it out, stake it out. We're looking like we got a storm coming in a few minutes, so I want to get it up before the storm hits because I want to see how it holds up the rain. So we'll be right back, and we'll take it out of its protective case here, and we'll lay it out and set it up. Alright guys, we got the tent laid out. This is the front door area. That's the back of the tent. We're going to simply stake out 4 tent pegs. It comes with your tent pegs in here and your shock-corded poles in this little pouch here. So we'll stake this down, and we'll get our shock tent staked out with 4 of the pegs that it comes with. Now we have our shock-corded poles. 1, this is a front pole. 2 front poles, and 1 rear pole, which is smaller. Let's put the rear one in first, and then stake out our rear end. Come over here, we'll show you the rear. The rear pole is going to go right up through here. There's a little slot that the pole hits, and then there's a little metal piece that will go through the hole here, and it'll stand up. And you'll take your guy line, and I've already made a little loop in here. Take your guy line and you just peg it out. Now there's a small little window to get the camera under here. It's a small little window with a screen. And here, let me get a shot of it. There it is. One thing I noticed about this is not much ventilation. Let's go over to the front now. To the front, it's a little bit tricky. You gotta get the poles up in this little notch here. One end of the pole there. The other end goes into this little pocket. That's right near your peg. Okay? And then you'll get your other pole, and you'll do the same thing. Right up into this little pocket here. That's like, let's get that right in there. This right in here. Put it in its pocket. And then we're going to guy out the front of the tent. Whoops. One of our poles slipped out. These are things that are going to happen in the field. You just got to be ready for them. Okay. Get another peg. Guy the front of the tent out. And now we're set. Now we could do is we could guy out our little vestibule here with a peg and zip it closed. I'll just put the doors back. Here's your entrance to the tent. You have a top zipper, 2 bottom zippers, and there. One thing you'll notice in this tent, the side walls tend to give in a little bit. That's okay. I mean, It's only for one person. But let me get inside and let me get in. Take my shoes off first. Get the camera a little closer. Myself in. Okay. Alright guys, I'm 5'10". I fit in here fine. There's lots of room. I put my mattress pad in, a small blanket. One thing I did notice down here, a couple things I don't like about this tent, there's not a lot of ventilation. I would not want to zip this, especially in the summertime. You'd have to leave this whole front door open because you're not going to get much breeze through that back area the way it's set up. So in South Florida, this can be an issue in the summer months like it is now, where it's really hot. It's going to be hard to breathe. But on a cooler night, or maybe up north where it's a little cooler, this would go good. Down here in South Florida, it's still a little iffy. I'm going to try to spend the night out in it in the hot weather and see how it holds up. But there it is, my one-person bivvy. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Film it. Okay, there's a shot with the front vestibule guide out and pinned down, and then so there is room for my go bag. Even though it's a little tight, I could squeeze it in.
Oh.
And keep it relatively dry in a rainstorm. Or I could possibly even put it in the tent with me, for there is room for it inside the tent as well. So there it is. Good points, it's easy to set up. It keeps you out of the bugs and other animals that come out at night. Bad point is, on this particular tent, for down here in the south, there's just not a lot of air circulation, and that's a real concern for me. I might want to get something that's totally mesh with just a rain fly that goes up. So if it's not raining, I can keep the mesh open to get more airflow. Thanks for watching.